Johnny, last week, Joe Biden, he went out into the bloody wilderness and apologised to the native people. Yeah, well, he did, Johnny. But call me suspicious. Well, you are a cynical sort of a prick. Yeah, suspicious. It is only bloody 10 days before the presidential election. Well, and bloody old Joe, and they want it.
On indigenous land in Arizona, President Joe Biden gave a forceful mea culpa for generations of government-sponsored family separation, cultural eradication, and shocking abuse of indigenous children.
I formally apologize.
Is that standard procedure? And obviously they wanted to get out there in the prairie and stir up a bit of bloody backing for the Democrats. The election? Why, yes, of course. It is only a few days away. How coincidental?
Less than 2 weeks from the presidential election, Joe Biden is hoping to gain the support of Native Americans with the apology in one of the crucial swing states that he won by only 10,000 votes in 2020.
But Johnny, am I just being cynical? There doesn't seem to be anyone questioning it over there. Not even the bloody native people. What was he apologising for? That would suggest that they really, really appreciated Joe going out there and making this bloody apology. Or they're all in with the Democrats and they've put the word out that don't bloody say anything about Joe, or cynically about Joe coming out and bloody apologising just before the presidential election.
Apology today from the President of the United States.
President Joe Biden expressed the nation's regret over the government's role in the abuse and neglect of Native American children.
Children abused emotionally.
And then everybody goes out there and fucking says it's great. It's a wonderful thing that Joe's done this and will bring us all together. Don't they see that it's bloody, that it's just a ploy?
He seems so nice. He acts as if he really wants to help me. But how can I be sure when I know he still doesn't believe me? If I could only learn more about him.
Just issued a historic formal apology to the Native American community for the government's role in the systematic abuse of their children.
Less than 2 weeks from the presidential election, Joe Biden is hoping to gain the support of Native Americans.
This is not old Joe going out there and apologising because there was a power outage for 2 days and he's very sorry. That's what it seems like. He's apologising for a national disgraceful. He's apologising for. It seems pretty convenient that Joe goes out there. I've never seen him out of the bloody city. That Joe goes out there and apologises to these people, and then 2 days later, there's.
That's why I'm incredibly proud to introduce someone who embodies that commitment to tribal communities. As governor of Minnesota, he has demonstrated serious dedication to Native American issues. Let's show our power at the ballot box this election, and let's elect Vice President Harris and Governor Walz. So, in Chicago, thank you for being here. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you a true advocate for our communities, our next Vice President, Tim Walz.
But here in Australia, Johnny, I'll tell you what, if the bloody government tried that with Australia's native people just before a bloody election, well, yeah. They head out to the outback out there and sit around and apologise to everybody and then send politicians out there to bloody garner bloody support for the politicians. I reckon you'd get a reaction like this.
Lindsay, the president said that many Americans don't know about what happened. They don't know the history of the American government's involvement in removing these children and putting them into boarding schools. And
it's like the government sat around, Johnny. They sat around in the office at the White House and thought, there's a couple of million bloody Native Americans out there who don't even bloody vote. Huh? How can we get them to not only vote, but vote Democrat? Oh, Johnny, I don't even know whether they'd think of that, would they? And then bloody scratched their heads and said, we just can't march out there. We've done fuck all for them, really. We need something to bite on, to give them something to bloody hope for. So are you saying, Johnny, that people in the government, they scratch their heads and someone's come up with a bright idea? I know what we'll do. We'll go out there and we'll apologise for all those boarding schools and the shitty bloody mess we made of that, taking away their native bloody culture and all. We'll make an apology. That always goes down well. And no doubt, and everybody thought, get on it, organise it. Oh, I don't know, Johnny. And that's what they've bloody well done. But, Johnny, are they just thinking any bloody apology's better than nothing? I wouldn't put it past the Republicans to do much the same. I don't know whether Trump would even bloody talk to a Native American, would he?